What's up, everybody? I'm Ian with Rockrose Productions. This is Tyler Mater. Today we're filming a sizzle reel for the Mater menu. Tyler, what's the goal of this video?
Amazing. So we're here at the beautiful Artisan 179, which is voted #1 restaurant in Lake Country. Gorgeous Pewaukee Lake. We've got the owner over here, Ted Anderson, the whole team in the back. This is a culmination of 4 years of the Mater menu. We're putting together a final introduction and sizzle reel to send out to all the national networks to get picked up. Hopefully nationally, right?
Yeah,
let's go.
Do it.
Rockrose all day.
It's almost like we should cut to this shot.
We also are probably gonna need a light back there.
All right, Ian, going into the shoot, what was the game plan?
So this was a big one. We were bringing the entire team out for the shoot. We knew that we needed all hands on deck to make this a reality because we needed like people stepping in as actors, looking like they were shuffling about in the background. We needed people actually operating the cameras, helping to set up with gear. So this was the most people that we've ever had at a shoot. We had Gabriel there. He was operating the only camera that we were running for the actual video itself. Matt was going to be kind of on-site directing. AJ was there shooting behind the scenes photos. Jameson, you were there shooting behind the scenes video. And also you and AJ were playing roles in the background, give it that behind the scenes look that we needed.
Make it busier.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was there just trying to make sure that everything was going on schedule.
Filling gaps.
And yeah, just filling gaps like as needed, you know, moving things around. Just giving any kind of feedback that I could. Overall game plan, we want this video to come out looking like one take, but we really had 2 different scenes that we were shooting, right? So we were gonna film in the kitchen and we were filming in the dining room. We started filming in the kitchen, moved to the dining room, had about another hour and a half to film out there. So in all, about 3 hours of shooting time, but I think we ended up being planning on being there for about 4.5 hours, including setup and takedown.
Is there a light in the kitchen right now?
Gives
I
it
can
some.
dim them.
Yeah, gives it a little focus to the rhino.
Big revelation. We got the rhino lights. All right, let's do a test run here.
Insane. And I'm Tyler Mater, and this is the Mater. Can you raise your ISO?
It's a little
To 12. Yeah,
Well,
to
when we
12.
sit here,
All right, so obviously going into the shoot, we had that behind the scenes look that we were going for. So where was that inspiration coming from? And yeah.
It just came from an ad that I saw on television for some kind of prescription drug, and it was like all these people dancing around. The element of that was super cool was just that you could see the set, like you could see the behind the scenes set. And
Yeah.
I think for Mater, we knew that this video, we wanted something engaging, fast paced. Like how could we be a little bit more creative
Sure.
without just like filming this video of him just talking straight to the camera in the kitchen? So it was kind of a blend of seeing that ad on TV of just like that woman dancing. And
Yeah.
like, she's like walking through the set and you see all the production people walking behind her. So that kind of like on set BTS look with also knowing everything about the Mater menu, what the show is about. Tyler and I were talking. He really loved that idea, and we just kind of talked it through a little bit more and came to the final idea.
We're in the kitchen right now about to shoot Tyler's intro. We plan on Tyler starting back there and then walking through the kitchen to give more of that BTS look to just show how the food is prepped. But we should be ready to go here in 5 minutes, so here we go.
3, 2, 1, action!
Cut!
Behind every restaurant and every dish is a story, a tale of passion, exhaustion, joy, execution. But the center of it all is one common dream, to be the best damn restaurant in your hometown. Here, we do things a bit differently.
Cut.
All right, we just finished up the first scene in the kitchen. We're here in the Rhino room at Artisan 179 to finish the last scene. Everything's going great. Tyler's crushing it. We got the whole team working hard out here, ready to finish this thing off. Let's do it.
This isn't sponsored by High Noon?
Yeah, sponsored by. I'm Tyler Mater.
Above, yeah. Keep going. Keep going a little bit more.
You kind of react
And I'm like-
small reaction to the food.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And
Love
then
it.
that's the wrapper?
Yeah, he's gonna bring the camera in. They're gonna come in with the food. Got all kinds of good stuff.
3, 2, 1, action!
From growing up in our family's 122-year-old restaurant to training at the Culinary Institute of America to running some of the top restaurants in the country in the Napa Valley, I know this business can be great and it can suck. But behind every restaurant is a compelling story, and that's what I'm here to tell. I'm Chef Tyler Mater, and this is the Mater menu.
Welcome, Tyler.
Thank you, my friend. Good to see you.
to see you.
Always appreciate it. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Cut!
Amazing, amazing.
All right, so when it came to the pre-production planning phase for this project, like what was that looking like from start to finish?
Yeah, so for most commercial productions projects, they all look about the same. With every project, right, we have that initial discovery conversation where we're just getting an understanding of, without having any idea of what the video is going to look like yet, what are the outcomes that you want this to generate. So for Tyler, he wanted a fast-paced, super engaging, short little video that we can send out to networks to
hopefully get him picked up.
Yeah, get him picked up and spark their interest in Tyler as a personality and also the Mater Menu show in itself. So once we leave the discovery conversation, we have an idea of the outcomes that we want to generate, and the ideas start rolling immediately, right? So then we get together as a team. Everybody gets on the same page as far as the outcomes that we want to generate. We start brainstorming ideas together as a team, take the ideas that we come up with, and we set up another meeting with Tyler where we present these ideas, figuring out what the vision of this video is actually going to be.
Just narrowing
what's
it
it
down,
going to look like? Yep. We finalize the idea, put together a script outline, take that outline of the script, and we start adding some beef to it. What we will do is we'll go out and do we did a site visit so we could get an idea of what this place that we're filming at actually looks like, right? And we can actually time it out. Like we can walk the path that Tyler's actually going to be walking. We ended up having to trim off about 4 seconds of the script, which wasn't too hard. Like just making this line a little bit shorter, this line a little bit shorter.
All right, Ian, well, I appreciate you sitting down. Now we're going to kick it over to Dane and see what he's working on. All right, and now we are hopping into the video editing portion of the video with Dane. So Dane, we'll just get right into this. What was the most challenging part of the edit? Obviously, a lot of the work was done in pre-production, but I'm sure there was something out there that you were struggling with, right?
Matt and I were actually talking about it quite a bit. It was this introduction part. Obviously, the whole premise is it's going to look like a one-take kind of behind-the-scenes shoot with all the cameras in the background.
Yeah.
We had this beginning part where Ian just says cut, and that was like our only kind of ending of it. We were finding that it was just not the most clean or like made sense transition.
For sure.
What we ended up doing was actually, I found this camera display and then projected what was actually being recorded onto that. To get out of that, we had like a broadcast intermission glitch to get to like real time after that.
Wait, so is this like an overlay you found on like Motion Array, and then you just like put like a plugin and then you put the clip into it?
For the display?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are actually Adobe stock video clips.
Okay.
And then what I did was, as you can see, I just like masked it out and traced it onto that screen.
Nice.
And there's like a little feathering on it. But yeah, that was what we did right
there. That's
there.
Sweet.
The edit was pretty self-explanatory because it's just him mostly talking in both parts. The other challenging part was probably just the montage because we needed to make it fast-paced and interesting. Everything kind of needed to be noticeable by the viewer of like each place. So just balancing speed and digestibility for the viewer at the same time was a little challenging.
Gotcha. Okay, so obviously we did get multiple takes of the shot in the kitchen and then the shot in the dining room. I was just wondering if there was any kind of process to you picking out which one you thought was the best take.
These were like other options of good takes. What I ultimately led to choosing the one that we landed on, there was a lot of action going on in the background right here. The chef, the flames were looking really good. AJ in the corner was engaged. There was one other take where like he just was like chewing his gum, kind of like noticeably, or
not
like
doing his job.
Wasn't really looking through his viewfinder. This one also doesn't have Ian in the corner. Didn't really make sense after he said cut. He's just still standing there and fiddling with the camera. For the outro one, mostly just about his delivery at the end and then how everyone came in. 2 really good takes. Ultimately, I just went with this one because I thought it was just a little smoother.
Sure. Okay, so the last question is, as a remote editor, you obviously aren't able to be there on the shoot day very often. I'm just wondering if there's any kind of question you default to in terms of what you'll ask Matt or anybody else on the team when you get the footage, or just anything that you should know specifically given that you can't be there.
For this project, not in particular, because we had a lot of pre-production meetings with Mater, so I was able to voice any opinions that I had during that of what I could see being a problem from an editing standpoint before we even shot, but then also just being able to digest the whole vision, coming prepared to the editing room and knowing that I'll be able to execute it. But in general, our whole team kind of embraces our strengths and we recognize our weaknesses too. My strength is in the editing. If there is something I could see that will work better that wasn't in the original plan, I'm going to take a stab at it. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but at least we just have like that freedom to play around with things and see what's going to work. It doesn't hurt to try anything ever.
For sure. All right, Dane, thank you so much for your time. Let's roll the final edit.
Cut! Behind every restaurant and every dish, there's a story, a tale of passion, heartache, joy, and exhaustion. But at the center of it all, there's one common dream: to be the best damn restaurant in your hometown. Here, we do things a bit differently. From growing up in our family's 122-year-old restaurant, to training at the Culinary Institute of America, to running some of the top restaurants in the country in the Napa Valley, I know this business can be great and it can suck. But behind every restaurant is a compelling story, and that's what I'm here to tell. I'm Chef Tyler Mader, and this is the Mader Menu.